Hey guys, this is Vic from Grasping the Market and welcome to our market briefing. Hope you guys, those of you living here in the United States or celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday, had a wonderful time in these last few days that the market was a little bit quiet. And hope you guys had a great time with your family and loved ones. So we're going back to the market. Being myself, I took a break last week for the Thanksgiving period and expecting the market to be a little bit quiet. So I'm going back to the charts, and the first thing I would like to mention is, well, now we're starting a new month, and you can see how the month of November closed on a very strong note, very far from the previous month high, and obviously making new all-time highs for the S&P 500. And well, the chances are that we will be opening the month of December, although this weekly monthly chart includes the evening. We always look at the regular trading hour session, but the chances are that we will close somewhere in the vicinity of that all-time high made in November. So that's a very strong indication on the monthly chart, and the chances are that remember that this is a break from the previous balancing slash multi-high range. So the chances are that this move to the upside is not over, especially now being so close to the 3200 psychological level. So on a weekly basis, the market has been trending up, one time framing up for 8 weeks now. And as you can see, I mentioned a few weeks back that the trend seemed to be like on a slowing mode, but now last week we had this acceleration to the upside, especially earlier in the week, making the all-time high. So remember that December, there are a couple of big events coming up. There's the FOMC, and there's also the deadline for the US to impose additional tariffs on China. And that's a key development on the trade talks. So that's coming. But if we judge by the larger time frame, the market is strong and it has no signs of stopping as of now. On the daily, strong move last week, starting with a gap. Only on Friday, with the reduced trading that we saw after the Thanksgiving holiday, only on Friday you saw a stop of the one-time framing up that you had earlier in the week. So it managed to close around the high. So I would say that the market is showing strong signs for the moment. Now, when we look at the market profile, what I would like to point out is, I will go overall through the whole week period. I will not go into much detail of the day-to-day activity because, it's some of it is visible on the profile, but some of it, the reason I don't want to go into too much detail is because of the reduced volume. And actually, that's the number one takeaway I would like you to take from this video is that although the market rallied strongly earlier last week and held those gains towards the end, this trading over here, very close in the proximity of the all-time highs, was done on a very low volume due to the holidays. So it didn't drop. There was no sellers, but it struggled. It is difficult to imagine. I could be wrong and it could continue, but I think the chances are that this trading done on low volume will be somehow retraced in the near future. So the week started very strongly with a gap from the previous Friday. The market immediately drove up. You can see that only one tick done after the week opened, and it didn't look back. Rallied the whole day, and you even had a late spike, leaving an incomplete auction. Tuesday, you open, you probe inside Monday's profile, you don't reach the prominent POC, and you continue to move up. Same story. Late in the day, you have another spike. So notice that you have a couple of days of basically trending up, pushing up with spikes at the end. That's a market that is very like in a frenzy mode, especially ahead of a holiday break, where you know the trading will be low. So people going long here, well, they're just pushing the market into a frenzy mode. Then you have the Wednesday, which is the last day before the holidays. You do the same. You open, it tries to go down, it fails. You see this incomplete auction, like poor low here, but now they push it again, and you even create three distributions this time and make new all-time highs and close at the highs just before the holiday. Now, the important thing is that this all-time high, 31.55, I have it marked red because the overnight period of the Thanksgiving, uh, it was tested, and the market tested and immediately collapsed like a rock. And the overnight trading happened in this area. Thursday, Friday, I would say that's can be considered as a one single session due to the low participation that's there. But notice that you have a poor highs, consecutive poor highs there. The market refuses to go down, and you have consecutive poor highs. So that's you can build a case that the move to the upside is not done. The only thing I would say is that be careful because this was very low volume. So I would like to see now that, I mean, tomorrow when the new month opens and the more strong participants come into the market, I would like to see what they're bringing on. Uh, One word of caution again, this was done in low volume, and it's not usual to see the market trend in this way with prominent POCs not being at least tested. So let's see what the market brings. Overall, the market definitely, I don't think it's done to the upside, but I think that the move saw that we saw last week was a little bit ahead of itself. And but again, this all-time high definitely is not a secure reference. We may see, I mean, the focus should be on this last 3-day balancing range with level denoting change, probably Friday's low. If we start getting acceptance below Friday's low, definitely that's change from where the week ended last week. To on the contrary, if the market refuses or gets rejected from going lower, probably is clearing these two consecutive poor highs and probably going for the all-time high. So let's see what the market bring. Always when we come from a holiday period, take it easy, manage your risk, and trade well.